Over 4 decades later, the first kids network has grown exponentially. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be discussing the evolution of Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is known for its green slime orange logo and a certain yellow sponge.
You want to join us?
No.
Okay, have fun inside.
None of these staples were present on December 1st, 1977, however, when a new children's program entitled Pinwheel aired on C3, a channel exclusive to the Cube cable television system in Columbus, Ohio. Airing every day from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. ET, Pinwheel served as the predecessor to the Nickelodeon network, which officially launched on April 1st, 1979.
We took everything that was wrong with children's television and got rid of it. We kept everything that was good about it and made it better. The result is Nickelodeon, the young people's satellite network.
The Young People's Satellite Network derived its name from old-timey Nickelodeon movie theaters. The network's original logo even featured a Charlie Chaplin look-alike gazing into a Nickelodeon device.
Hey, do you mind if I join you fellas?
Oh, not at all, Mr. Smitty. Only, do you think you can keep up with us?
As Nickelodeon broadened its availability, more shows were added to the network's lineup. In 1981, Nickelodeon started airing the Canadian sketch comedy series You Can't Do That on Television, which incorporated several elements that became interwoven with the network's brand. A cast of mostly kids, a playful sense of humor, and, most significantly of all, green slime.
What is the big holiday in April that we celebrate what used to be the Roman New Year?
I don't know.
Although Nickelodeon had a clear target demographic, it initially struggled to find an audience as well as an identity. After losing $10 million, Nickelodeon enlisted the talents of Fred Seibert and Alan Goodman, who had helped launch MTV.
And I said, okay, what needs to be fixed? I don't know anything about kids' TV. He said, well, Nickelodeon is the lowest rated basic cable network in America.
Through Fred Allen Inc. and several other creative figures, Nickelodeon was given several defining trademarks.
Why don't we actually start being fun? And why don't we just start having a good time at the jobs we do?
On October 8, 1984, Nick's rainbow-lettered pinball logo was replaced with the iconic orange splat.
Aren't you glad
you watching Nick? Aren't you glad you watching Nick?
The new logo was prominently displayed in a series of new bumpers, many of which included the musical accompaniment of the doo-wop group The Jive 5.
We talked to kids all over the nation. They told us who deserved nominations. Kids cast their ballots.
After only 6 months, Nick evolved into the #1 rated children's network, ushering in a golden age. Nickelodeon prided itself on being a network for children, but when kids went to bed, older audiences watched Nick at Night.
Call your local cable company and tell them you want Nick at Night. You need Nick at Night. You gotta have Nick at Night. It's up to you. They won't know if you don't call, so pick up the phone and call now.
Launching in 1985, this nighttime block consisted of classic television shows that could appeal to all ages. Nickelodeon's morning lineup received an overhaul as well.
For today's special, it's about to appear. It's about to appear. Today's special, shout it loud and clear.
In 1988, the Pinwheel block was rebranded as Nick Jr., which targeted a preschool age group with educational programming. Along with Albie Hecht, Seibert and Goodman were also tasked with rebranding Nickelodeon's The Big Ballot, an award show created to honor kids' opinions about movies and television.
But this is a great idea, Big Ballot, because this is the first time that kids got to vote for something. I mean, every kid in the United States could vote if they wanted.
In 1988, The Big Ballot was reworked as the Kids' Choice Awards, complete with a live audience and celebrity hosts.
Now, you can finally have it your way. It's the 4th Annual Kids' Choice Awards hosted by Dave Coulier and Candace Cameron. You know the nominees. You know what's at stake. You know what to do.
Giving kids the power to vote, this annual award ceremony continued to evolve in the following years, most notably introducing the orange blimp-shaped trophy in 1990. In 1986, Mark Summers started hosting the network's first game show, Double Dare.
A right answer will get you dollars, but a dare will get you double, and here's how that works.
With family-friendly challenges, a wacky obstacle course, and approval to get messy, Double Dare perfectly summed up what Nick was all about. It laid the groundwork for other game shows, such as Nick Arcade, What Would You Do, and Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Olmec, are you ready?
Let's rock the moat.
On your mark, get set, go! There they dive into the murky boat!
Some of these game shows were taped at the now defunct Nickelodeon Studios, which operated from 1990 to 2005 at Universal Studios, Florida.
Oh my freaking gosh, I cannot believe I'm at Nickelodeon Studios. I am freaking out, they are freaking out.
In addition to game shows, Nickelodeon started producing original animated programming under the Nicktoons label.
Until kid scientists perfect the pursuit of time travel, you'll have to wait for Doug, Rugrats, and Ren and Stimpy. Nicktoons, calculated to arrive every Sunday starting at 10, 9 Central, only on Nickelodeon.
On August 11th, 1991, Nickelodeon aired the first 3 Nicktoons: Doug, Rugrats, and The Ren and Stimpy Show.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
Each had a distinctive look and tone, with one being a coming-of-age dramedy, another centering on the misadventures of babies, and the third challenging how risque a kid show could be. Their success soon led to more Nicktoons like Rocko's Modern Life.
You know, Heifer, sometimes I think I was destined to exist in an endless world of filth.
Do you sometimes think you were destined to exist in an endless world of filth?
Rugrats in particular was a breakout hit, with Klasky Csupo Productions going on to make Ah Real Monsters, The Wild Thornberries, Rocket Power, As Told by Ginger, and All Grown Up. Like the Nicktoons, Nickelodeon's scripted live-action shows offered a fair deal of variety as well.
Mom, don't you realize that if I don't watch TV, I won't be able to keep up with the cultural level of my peers?
Of course, there were kid-centric comedies like Clarissa Explains It All, Salute Your Shorts, and The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Yet Nick also took chances with the horror anthology series Are You Afraid of the Dark? And the sci-fi dramedy The Secret World of Alex Mack.
Not that I wouldn't like to.
Nick gave us 2 SNL-like sketch comedies as well, Roundhouse and All That.
You got a license for this cheese?
What's it to ya?
Punk!
Many of these teen-oriented shows aired during the network's Saturday night lineup, SNICK, which ran from 1992 to 2005. There wasn't a 90s kid who didn't watch the big orange SNICK couch growing up.
An object in motion tends to stay in motion. SNICK continues.
As part of Nick's 20th birthday in 1999, one lucky contest winner reportedly took home the legendary furniture, along with $25,000 and 6,000 cookies. SNICK wasn't the only prominent Nickelodeon programming block, as Nick in the Afternoon launched in 1995 with the Mr. Bill-esque host Stick Stickley.
I can't believe it! You got the thinking cap!
Today's stump stick comes from Noel Cropper.
Hey, Stick, I'm Noel. I got a riddle for you. What do you get when you cross a parakeet and a cheetah?
Nickelodeon's success extended to the silver screen with the company's first theatrical feature, Harriet the Spy.
A big private house. The big type security. Until today.
Just as memorable as the film itself was the short that played before it, a pilot for a new Nicktoon entitled Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold!
Nickelodeon Movies went on to release Good Burger, an adaptation of the All That sketch, the Rugrats movie, the first non-Disney animated feature to cross $100 million domestically, and Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, one of the first films nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Academy Awards.
Goddard, initiate launch sequence.
Jimmy lost to Shrek, but Nickelodeon got the Oscar 10 years later with Rango.
Every story needs a hero. I mean, who else is better qualified to bask in the adulation of his numerous companions?
Jimmy Neutron later developed into a TV series, joining an expanding Nicktoons library that included Kablam, The Angry Beavers, Cat Dog, and Invader Zim.
With an entire planet of enemies waiting for us to drop our guard, we have to be very careful not to have our guards get all droppy.
Frederator Studios' animation showcase Oh Yeah Cartoons paved the way for 3 spin-offs: Chalk Zone, My Life as a Teenage Robot, and The Fairly Odd Parents.
Where'd you get all this stuff? Internet? Inheritance? I inherited the internet.
The latter show put creator Butch Hartman on the map, leading to other hits like Danny Phantom.
I'm going ghost!
As well received as these Nicktoons were, Nickelodeon was never the same after the 1999 Kids' Choice Awards when SpongeBob SquarePants premiered.
His show's a real hoot. He lives in a fruit. SpongeBob SquarePants big sneak peek right after Kids' Choice.
Appealing to kids, parents, and even college students, SpongeBob became Nickelodeon's equivalent to Mickey Mouse.
But it'll help if you just sing along. C-A-M-B-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. C-A-M-B-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song.
Inspiring 3 theatrical films, a Tony-winning Broadway musical, and countless merchandise, we could do a whole video on the evolution of SpongeBob alone. The late Steven Hillenburg's creation still airs new episodes today, making it the longest-running Nicktoon ever.
Slab and Patty and it's cooked just right. Slab and Patty day and night. What a nifty, tasty sight. Slab and Patty and it's cooked just right. I love this guy!
While not as long-lived as SpongeBob, Avatar: The Last Airbender arguably had an even greater impact. Where most Nicktoons at the time were episodic comedies, Avatar stood out as a serialized action-adventure with an Eastern theme.
You just sneezed and flew 10 feet in the air.
Really? It fell higher than that. You're an airbender. Sure am.
The show's character development, world building, and epic storytelling influenced many of the animated shows that followed, setting a new standard. It inspired a sequel series entitled The Legend of Korra, which ended up breaking new grounds for LGBTQ+ representation. As for Nickelodeon sitcoms, producer Dan Schneider had been a big name since the 90s with All That, Kenan and Kel, and The Amanda Show.
Why, Mr. Abraham Lincoln?
Schneider's bakery really invaded Nickelodeon in the 2000s, however, with Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, iCarly, and Victorious.
This is kidnapping! Or catnapping!
Schneider's sitcoms helped launch the careers of several celebrities, such as Kenan Thompson, Amanda Bynes, Drake Bell, Josh Peck, Miranda Cosgrove, and Ariana Grande, among others. Over 25 years after co-hosting the second Kids' Choice Awards, Schneider received Nick's Lifetime Achievement Award. Only 4 years later, though, Nickelodeon and Schneider cut ties over alleged poor behavior. Going into the 2010s, Nickelodeon leaned heavily into nostalgia, acquiring properties like Winx Club and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wisdom comes from experience, and experience comes from making mistakes.
Aha! So in order for us to gain the wisdom, we have to make the mistakes, so we can go.
No.
Reruns of older Nick shows were dusted off for a new programming block called The 90s Are All That, now known as Nick Rewind. Nickelodeon seemed to be past its golden age, however, as new shows like Fanboy and Chum Chum, Breadwinners, and Pig Goat Banana Cricket were mostly panned by critics.
And I promise
This goat woman is obviously an unqualified bonehead.
Nicktoon Network's decision to pass on Adventure Time did not help either. There were a few bright spots, with The Loud House beating SpongeBob in the ratings in 2016 and inspiring a spin-off, The Casa Grandes.
Sundays and Mondays, they're all fun days when you're with the Casa Grande.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Since the 90s and 2000s are remembered most fondly though, Nick greenlit multiple reboots, revivals, and continuations. The live-action Dora and the Lost City of Gold hit theaters in 2019 to surprisingly solid reviews.
Oh look, Dora brought a knife on the field trip, everybody.
Nick recently produced a slew of TV movies based on retro properties, including Legends of the Hidden Temple, Hey Arnold the Jungle Movie, Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling, and Invader Zim Enter the Florpus, the latter two of which debuted on Netflix.
Yes, it is I! And... Oh, wait. Sorry, you'll have to move along, hideous goblin. I'm posing dramatically for when the dib shows up.
In 2019, Nickelodeon signed a Netflix deal to produce more content for the streaming service. A live-action Avatar series is even in development for Netflix. And hopefully it's better than that M. Night Shyamalan movie.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
Following the 2019 Viacom-CBS merger, it was announced that plenty of Nickelodeon content would be headed to CBS All Access. Not unlike Disney, Nickelodeon has become a brand that not only connects with children, but older audiences who grew up with the network. We could thus see Nick become a prominent force in the streaming era, guaranteeing that brand isn't going anywhere anytime soon. While there have been highs and lows, Nickelodeon has defined childhoods for generations, making it timeless.
I'm here with my friends. Nickelodeon. The song never ends. Nickelodeon.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.